Hello, my name is Allison Batty Caps of Blossoming Heart Wellness. Um, Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the importance of healing and recognizing what is a wound um, and how we know that we have a wound. So many of you might be watching what's happening in the world. There are many places in the world where we are seeing suffering or we are seeing injustices. We are seeing people engaging in behavior that divides or leads to the suffering or needs of some being taken away in favor of the needs of some other organization or groups. And I want to remind everybody of a concept that exists in all spiritual traditions, and that is the concept that we are all one, that we are not separate, that we are having an experience of being separate because we are in the physical realm, in physical bodies, but we are actually all the same being, knowing ourselves through the experiences that we are having here. And we are creating a reality here on earth. And when we have experienced wounds, we are more likely to create a reality that leads to more wounds. So let me break down what a wound is. As I've defined that you are a divine being, you are a creator being, you are in essence part of whatever you call what created the beginning of existence. I call it consciousness. I call it just pure consciousness. It just is the field of all of existence, and it is love and peace. So a wound. A wound is anything that leads you to believe that you or someone else are not love or peace, that you or someone else do not deserve to have their basic needs met, that you or someone else are less than what you define yourself as. If you are engaging in behavior that criticizes, oppresses, harms because it takes away someone's body autonomy, if it causes harm because it belittles their sense of self, if it causes harm because it prevents them from having housing or food or safety or security or employment, if it leads you to physically harm or separate or leads you to divide, there is an indication that there is something within you that has had that happened, that you yourself have had that happen to you. And that is a protective mechanism that parts of yourself have developed of a way of trying to help you feel as if you have power and are worthy and are lovable. So everything that we do is an attempt to fill a need within ourselves that is lacking within ourselves. Right? So it is really important for us to understand what our mind, our body, our emotions, our sensations are trying to communicate. And when an emotion arises or a thought arises, it is an indication that something inside of us needs our attention. It needs our love. It needs our help. It isn't an indication that you should react and engage with the external world from whatever the thought or the emotion is, even though that is what we instinctually do as human beings. It is an indication that you need to slow down, that you need to pay attention, that you need to heal yourself, that you need to give to yourself that which was not given to you in another experience with something in the external world, most likely in childhood or in an earlier developmental stage. In my upcoming book, The Divine Within, Healing Ourselves to Heal the World, I explore this in depth, and I provide step-by-step meditations and mindfulness practice to help you identify your wounds and to begin the process of reparenting yourself. I believe that if we are going to solve the problems that we as humanity face with injustice, we have to start with ourselves, and we have to hold up a mirror to those that are still engaging in injustice. I believe that means that we should not engage in the same behavior that they are engaging in. If they name call, don't resort to name calling. If they separate, don't separate, try to engage. Try to reflect to them what within them needs healing. Help them to wake up and see that what they are doing dehumanizes someone else, and that they would not like that done to them. Okay? That's how we change the world. And additionally, if you are on the receiving end of injustice, it means to advocate for yourself. Do not surrender and give in and submit. Okay? If your life is physically threatened, obviously you value your life. If your rights are being taken away, don't just allow your rights to be taken away. Find every means possible to ensure that your needs get met. Okay? Find like-minded people who are advocating for change, who are doing their healing work. If we come together in community and work together to find creative solutions, we can fight injustice. Think of Gandhi. The British began colonizing India. Gandhi said, "We will not submit." He rallied the population to not purchase any goods being sold by the Brits so that they could not profit from colonization. He engaged the people in feeling and sensing their innate power to not surrender to the rules that were being implemented. So they essentially ended colonization because they did not participate in what the Brits were trying to do with colonization. If you are on the receiving end of a culture or a society that is engaging in injustice, remember, you are a divine being. Don't submit. And try not to engage in causing harm because it keeps the cycle going. I have deep compassion and unconditional love for all of you out there who are in the process of healing or facing injustice within the world. But I want to provide hope that the spirit world, I'm a Reiki master and am able to communicate with the spiritual world, which is essentially us guiding ourselves. The spirit world has said that we have chosen as humanity to evolve our level of consciousness to one of love and peace. And that part of what we're seeing in the world right now is the people that are unhealed fighting against that because they don't want to face their own wounding. So they're trying to inflict and keep the systems in place. But we have already decided that we're going to evolve. We have already decided that we want no more injustice and hate and war and oppression here on earth, that we want to work together for the common good of all. Start that. Start in your small communities. Start building the environment that you want to have. Start building the systems that you want to have. That's how we change the world. Deep love.